Welcome to Still Dripping Happy Hour.
Welcome to episode 193 of the Still Dripping Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason. On the move tonight, we got Hayes. Holla.
I'm here. Sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm back.
He's back. Better than ever. I had a few slides last week that are going to be repeats because they were for you. They were a little trivia for you.
Man. Let me give a little like it was the weirdest week last week where I guess it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday night. We get home from church. My wife starts the washing machine, and I hear what sounds like a bomb going off. And I walk back there into our and I live in an old house, an old farmhouse. And I walk back to the washing machine, and turns out, really long story short, there ended up being a leak in a sink that we had no idea about. And the washing machine basically fell through the floor. And so I had to yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So anyway, insurance hopefully is going to get it taken care of, but nonetheless, it's a big mess, and I was not expecting that last week. Thus, it was a weird week.
Yeah, man. So you had plumbing issues. I also had plumbing issues.
Did you?
Yeah. Just a little poop started coming up through the shower and bathroom drains.
What?
Yeah. So not fun. Started to freak out a little bit. So about 3 months ago, we had a water main break in front of our house, like at the street. And we thought maybe that somehow damaged the sewage line and caused it over time to start backing up. That's not what happened. We had heard before that happened, we had some issues of like toilet gurgling. So when you flush one toilet, the other toilet would gurgle. So I thought it was like a vent pipe blockage. So I went on the roof, looked at the vent pipe. It's filled up with water, like 5 feet up the pipe is water. So I started to try to fix that. Fortunately and unfortunately, that was just a symptom of the sewage backup. So apparently my father-in-law came over to help and showed me something that I didn't know we had. And it's like a vent trap that's out in front of our house that leads to the sewer line. Was at the very top, like 2 feet of crap, just straight crap. And so we could tell that it was a main sewage line issue, not the vent pipe. And so I call Metro Water, like, hey, it's somewhere not in our house. It's like on the way out of our house. So they came, they didn't find anything. I call a plumber and I'm like, do you guys like suck sewage out? Or do I need somebody that specifically does that? And he gives me the name of a guy. And I'm like, will he have to suck it out? And he's like, well, first he'll try to push it through and just see if he can push it through. And then he'll have to get the vacuum out. And I was like, well, I never thought about me just trying to push it through. So I get a drain snake for toilets, like a 6-foot drain snake. By this time, by the way, that poop that was sitting down there, my son had to go to the bathroom a few times, forgot to not flush. And so the sewage had pushed itself out in the front yard. Like it's behind a bush, so you can't see it. But there's like poop and toilet paper all over the ground around it. But I'm like, okay, well, since he did that, I can now get a drain snake down there, like a few feet. And I put it down there, did it once, didn't do anything. Did it about 3 times, and it flowed all the way through. Did not have to call a plumber. Did not have to do anything. I did have to clean up all the poop that was in our yard, but that was very minimal.
What was that smell like?
Oh, I mean,
Did you have a mask on?
I-
Like,
No, I had gloves and bags around me, but yeah, so I had to clean that first, then had to go in and clean the shower, bathtub, pretty much the whole bathroom. Is just disgusting. In the midst of that, because of that issue, when we flushed the guest room toilet, we found out the wax ring under the toilet was also just
Ugh.
decayed.
yes,
And
I had to
so
replace one of those. Like,
water is just coming when you flush. Water was just coming onto the floor out of the base of the toilet.
Yeah.
So we had to replace that as well as a byproduct.
Did you do that
But-
too?
Yeah,
That sucked. Did you do the wax ring or did you do like a plastic one?
we did the wax.
I hate that. That job is horrible.
Didn't even stick to the toilet like the directions said.
Yeah.
So we had to put it on the ground and then just smash the
Yeah, that's
toilet
what
on
I had to
top of
do.
it. Yeah. So yeah, not a fun experience, but saved a lot of money. The plumber did not have to come out, and we fixed it. Shout out to my father-in-law, who's been to the live pod that we did at the cigar shop. But yeah, shout out to him. He was a huge help, especially on the toilet piece. I volunteered to dig through the poop to try to get it flushed out, and it worked, luckily. But yeah, so we're
Let me
past
tell you
it.
what,
Shout out to plumbing. Shout
Regular
out.
jobs, regular Joes. Shout them out.
You froze.
Did I?
Uh,
You froze. You're freezing. Crap. Literally. See what I did there? You're freezing. What I'll say is, oh, can you hear me now? It was you that froze.
yeah. I froze. Okay.
That's all good. So maybe you'll agree with this. If there's anything worse than touching your own poop, it's touching someone else's poop.
Mm.
And I hate poop. I don't care if it's my kid. Like, I mean, who says, "Oh, I love touching poop"? But like, top 2 or 3 things that you never ever want to do is touch poop. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. All right. Well,
The joys of home ownership.
the joys of home ownership, of not paying rent. At least that's the joy of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, welcome to episode 93, the sewage plumbing
193.
193. Yeah, sorry about that. 193. Got 7 episodes left to break that seal on the Nike Jordan shoe population that I have. Break the seal just like that O-ring, that wax ring under the toilet. We're gonna break the seal,
Just like the flame.
and just like that beeswax,
And
man.
poop is gonna flow.
It's gonna fly through here. Well, Hayes. Well, first, we are past Halloween. This might be controversial in our house. We don't wait till Thanksgiving to decorate for Christmas. We've probably talked about this on the pod. We have not started decorating for Christmas yet. We're gonna wait till Elliot's birthday is next week, or next week and a half. So we'll wait until after his birthday. We'll start decorating. But hey, AI didn't even know that, and they already decorated our podcast cover for Christmas.
Yeah, that's
for winter.
nuts.
So there you go.
You
Is
just
everything
skipped
spelled
Thanksgiving,
right?
Which, quite frankly, I like Thanksgiving more than I do Christmas.
Okay.
I would think 4th of July and Thanksgiving are probably my 2 favorite holidays. Probably.
Wow. Okay. For you, me knowing you, that's not as surprising as I think the general person. I think those are less marketed holidays, and I feel like that's what kind of pisses you off about most holidays.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
The 4th of July thing is childhood. It's like it makes me
Mm.
so much think of summer, middle of summer. You don't have a care in the world. It's like you're watching Sandlot. Like, that's why I love 4th of July. It's like a free day off work.
If you guys haven't been with us for very long, when we talk about 4th of July or Labor Day or Memorial Day, just know that if we were running for a political seat, that pimping your pool out on those days is a must. That's one of our political platforms. If you're
Yeah.
not inviting people over to a pool, even if it's a neighborhood pool, then honestly, like that's very un-American of you. And so
Hey, I'll
yeah,
say
I
this:
don't have anything else.
Mason and I used to be involved in a camp at a church that we went to and loved. Great church, love them. And part of our shtick, he and I were involved with sports every day, and we forced everyone to sing the national anthem in the most irreverent ways. And that's really how I came to enjoy the national anthem. And it's in a very irreverent way. It's not a I mean, I'm not the huge I don't know how else to say it, like, but it was fun. It's a culture thing. It's like, oh, hey, we get to sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
It
All
probably
right. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to do that at our next youth event. So we'll see.
you think they still do
see.
that? You think they still sing the national anthem?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know there.
Probably
I'm
not.
not sure. Hey, speaking of politics and national anthems, I wanted to see if you saw this video.
Yeah, Trump won.
Yeah, he did win. He did win. And here's a video for you, Hayes. This is specifically for you. Can you guess who this is?
Is that T-Pain? Is that right?
It is T-Pain.
Speaking of irreverent, that's great.
That was at a Trump rally.
I didn't know he sang at a Trump rally.
Or maybe that was that might have been at the one like last night, like when they accepted or whatever. I don't know. Not accepted.
I don't think he performed at any. Trump never had performers, I didn't think.
I think it was, I don't know. Haley sent that to me. This is Haley wants a new segment called Haley's TikTok of the Week, where she'll send in.
She's welcome to do it.
So this was it this week. So I'll get a good slide for that. But this is Haley's TikTok of the Week. You can see if I play it again, you can see that T-Pain's in a blonde wig pretending to be Donald Trump. Apparently, he's a big Trump guy, and he has on the Trump shoes as well. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really surprising, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe he's not with the Diddy crowd. Kind of distant.
I was going to say the Diddy and the DJ back there's got on Trump stuff too.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, he's wearing a MAGA hat. If you didn't see that, T-Pain.
All right. So, I mean, it's hard to not. Do you have a quick 2-minute?
You want my 2 minutes? Yeah, I'll give a 2 minute. I thought, I mean, goodness gracious. To quote our next president, seems like there was a lot of fake news out there about polling. He improved on every single county that he ran in, except for like 3 in the whole country.
And did
you believe that?
Did you see Kamala didn't beat Biden in one county in America? Did you see that?
One county.
Tough, man. That hurts.
And, I mean, look, I get people are upset, and you're okay to be passionate, but when you want to call people out and say we can't be friends because you voted for somebody who's homophobic, misogynistic,
Hitler, garbage.
Right.
The list goes on and on and on.
This is the only thing I want to say, and I know none of these people are probably listening to this podcast. They probably hate us, but I'm not a live or die Trump guy. Like we've talked about this before. Like
neither.
If you say those things about people on either side, I don't think you're a Jesus person, and I don't respect that about you. And that's fine. Let me say that, re-say that. If you claim to be a Jesus person and you say that about the other side of the aisle, then I don't respect you. If you don't claim to be a person of faith or religion that respects all people, then go ahead and say whatever you want. But if you're claiming to go to church and be a part of a church and you say the other side is disgusting for voting for however they vote, then you've lost all respect from me. And where else? Oh, do you also realize that like 70% of the country voted for Donald Trump? It's your 30%. It's not like 50-50. It's not like just those 30% of people, like he didn't win the popular vote. It's like he won literally everywhere and improved literally everywhere. So
it's hard to ignore.
That's not policy. That's not politics. That's just the fact of what happened.
Well, that's offensive. You know, I feel like I've made it clear. Like I'm a Rogan centrist, right? I am a live and let live. Do what you want in America. Just don't force me to do it, and then don't make me have to deal with the consequences of your decisions. But I think America's that's what freedom means, is that you should be able to do what you want to do. And like, that's what that means. And for some reason that makes me a crazy right-wing conspiracist, is because I know I'm not left. I know I'm more conservative. But like, I mean, I've voted for plenty of Democrats. And so you can say all you want. But I really do think it was the working normal person revenge tour. I think it's just the regular people that are tired of being pushed around and called things, were like finally like stood up and said, this just isn't going to work for me anymore. I think is a huge, to your point, like their towards the mainstream media. And if you ever can believe anything that they have to say ever again, then I'm sorry, there's something wrong with you, because they are liars. And nobody is willing to give them information because they're so untrusted. I saw a thing today where the American population, 25% of people trust the mainstream media. 25. So newsflash, you think people are going to give them anything?
Right.
No, they're not. Because we've seen as a country them skew thing after thing after thing after thing and tell you thing after thing that turned out to not be true. And then you're like, you look at, really? What about Bussin' with the Boys getting a shout out? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude, one of my favorite parts of this so far was Dana White gets up at the Trump speech last night, like I just saw this morning. I went to bed. But he's like, shout out to the long form podcast, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Bussin' with the Boys, and like they were one of them. It was super cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a cool moment through the whole thing. But I just feel like it's like the return of just the regular middle class guy who's just working hard and wants to provide for his family and doesn't want, quite frankly, the trans agenda and the gay pushing of stuff on my children. Like, it's not hard, If you want to live that, if you are of age and that's the decision you make, more power to you. But doesn't mean I have to be. Doesn't mean I have to agree. But I think that's America. Like, you should be able to do that. Yeah. There's another thought I had that was, I'm this way in my job. I'm this way in just about everything. Is that when you win, you handle it with grace, and when you lose, you handle it with grace. And like, I don't like how Trump handled it the first time when he got some comments now, hindsight is 2020. And that is I'll bring this up in just a second, but like LaDainian Tomlinson, man, he's the all-time rushing scoring touchdown leader in NFL history. And every time he scored, he threw the ball back to the ref and just ran to the sideline. Never kept the ball, never like every single person you see gets an interception, scores a touchdown, whatever, right? Dance and carry on. LaDainian Tomlinson threw the ball back to the, like, that's my, whatever you want to call it. It's like, I expected, like, You throw it back.
Mhm.
Like, and I get it. Like, some people are hurting. I don't understand it all, but I am kind. I want to be kind and respectful and see how it plays out. I do think it's funny that we've already done it before. Like, you know exactly what you're getting. So were you put into camps before? Were you preventing like all these things that people are saying? I'm just like, what is your freaking problem? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that part of it. I don't understand that part of it. Here's the question of all questions. Like, you can call me conspiracy, and at this point, hindsight's 2020. The craziest thing about last night is, where did the 20 million votes go? Joe Biden got 81 million votes. Kamala Harris got 61 million, 60 something million. Donald Trump's sitting at like 73 million right now. So all of a sudden, we're just missing 20 million votes. And nobody said anything about that yet. Doesn't that make you
Plenty
go?
of people on Twitter talking about it.
Have they?
Yeah.
That's immediately
The number they had was like 10 to 15.
Hey, look, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm very not smart. I'm from Antioch, Tennessee. But something doesn't add up when we're just missing 20 million votes. 20 million people are missing. That doesn't make people scratch their head and like, I don't know what to say about that. And like, what do you do with that? 20 million people just decide not to show up. 20 million. What do you say? You can't say anything. So then you're just like, all right, let's just move on. It's going to be fine. Hey, guess what? You can be mad all you want. Your concession price is you're going to make more money. You're going to have more money in your paycheck. That's your concession price. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Sorry, you're welcome. Oh, well, with that, after 22 minutes of our political talk, our plumbing talk, what's the third P? Politics, plumbing, and I don't know.
Patience. Okay, so listen to this. Dude, Mason, I saw Mason Saturday, so I was a last minute call up. I don't think they're going to listen to the podcast, so I don't feel bad saying this. Okay. I was involved in an event. I set up a booth for the Still Dripping Army vintage. It was great. It was
we
dope.
Talked about it on the pod last week for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nobody who listened came.
Based on the turnout and things I saw, I think and hope that it was an awesome event for a awesome family and girl who has a really tough time in life. That was the purpose. Okay. But from a business standpoint, it was horrible. It was total waste from a business standpoint. So not upset. Mason came by. It was great to see you and your family.
Yeah, it was great to see you.
That made the time go by a little bit faster. And it's always cool to get rub shoulders with people and they see stuff that you do and get good feedback. But man, it was nothing. I gave away more product than I sold. And by 6 times, probably 6 or 7. Anyway.
All righty. Well, hey, with that, let's jump inside the box.
What's inside the box?
That's my shoe in the box.
All right, first up, releasing this week.
Yes.
This is just it's a
hodgepodge
week. Yeah, it's a hodgepodge. We got a bunch of Jordans, Jumpman Jack, Mocha colorway, Mocha and black. Travis Scott Jumpman Jacks coming out. We've got the all velvet Bread 11.
Yuck.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
We've got I'm totally blanking on what this Jordan 9 is called.
It's the olive.
Olive. Yes, it was coming to me.
Is this
olive?
We had this earlier in the year, I thought.
No, a couple years ago we had rumors of this, or maybe we had official pictures early in the year. It's coming out this week though. But maybe 2 years ago we had an olive Jordan 9 with like
The purple
Charlotte
green.
Hornets,
Yeah.
accents on it. Down at the bottom is a pair of it's a 2006 remake, but they put the 86 bubble on it, so kind of ruined it in my perspective. But this was I don't remember, Powerwall, I think is like the type of the name that it had, and it was like the Powerwall BRS, which was for Blue Ribbon Sports. So it's a draw on the inspiration of Nike and the origins. But this is coming back out. I really like all the colors coming together.
It looks like a pack of bubble gum, like Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. A little watermelon flavor.
Hubba Bubba and Nike runners.
Yeah. So the Powerwall BRS and the 86 swoosh. There's one pair of shoes that I like it on, and the rest I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's not a huge difference, but it looks off to me.
It does. It looks like a Pegasus.
Yeah,
it makes it
yeah,
look
it does. Like
like
a
an
waffle runner, Pegasus, one of those. Yeah.
And I didn't
then
think it would make that big of a difference either, but it does.
And then we've got, in my personal opinion, I think this is the worst New Balance model. There's like 6 colorways coming out this week of the 9060. I think it was originally a Balenciaga. At least it looks Balenciaga-esque. May have been a collab silhouette, but so a bunch of those coming out this week, different colorways. But
Is it a new silhouette?
No,
I've never
this one's it's been around a little bit, I believe. I believe. I'm not a huge New Balance guy, as documented, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But yeah, maybe the worst of the New Balance.
Dude, not the worst for me. I've seen way worse. Oh yeah,
really.
More of the other dad shoes. Maybe, and this is a decent colorway. You know, I'm a brown. It's the colors work. I don't hate this like I do others. I don't know why exactly, but I don't hate it.
Okay, well, there's also 2 other shoes coming out, the same pack, I guess.
Hey, hold up. Let me say this. These olive 9s are a grail for me.
So you're gonna get them?
I'm not going to get them this time around. I'm not in the market right now. I'm working on a floor that where washing machine fell through. But outside of the fact that it goes against, we've talked about this a ton. You know what I'm going to say? Yeah. The clashing, which is why I don't like. I'm talking about both sides of my mouth here. The Mocha Travis Scott's is brown and black. It looks tacky to me. I can't get it out of my head. But these Jordan 9s, and maybe it's the time. I mean, this is 94. It's the height of Jordan. He just retired. Like, that's in my brain on that shoe, and I've always loved that shoe, and I've never owned it. Love those. But like, what do you wear that with? It's a tough shoe to wear.
Yeah, that is a tough shoe.
It's a good fall.
Yeah, right? I would say
you can pull it off in the fall.
You could do either brown or black.
But these velvet 11s, ugh, gross.
Yeah.
I mean, velvet.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody wanted that.
Unless you're wearing a velvet like suit coat during the Christmas party you go to. Like,
that's
velvet.
Very oddly specific.
Velvet's an easy pass, right? It's a weird. It's a weird texture. It's a weird thing to put on a pair of shoes.
Yeah, amen. I'm going to have to think about this name of this next shoe. This is coming out this week. It's from Adidas. It's 100 Thieves and Adidas collabed and created a new silhouette. So really cool that 100 Thieves got to
do that.
Yeah, whoever that is. But brand new silhouette. Looks like plenty of silhouettes that we've seen from Adidas.
How
it looks like a gazelle
silhouette.
It's a new silhouette. It's called the Palos Hills.
Dude, this looks dead up like the gazelle mixed with the handball. Remember that Adidas some handball sneakers. This is not a new silhouette. This is
It is. I think it's not a Gazelle because it's so much lower profile. Like the rubber is lower. I think
the Adidas putting out all the Kanye looking shoes and calling that a new silhouette. They just stole. This is terrible.
I don't know. There's something about these that I like. The top ones. The top ones, there's something about. I like them. Even the bottom ones are okay.
But it's exactly what we just said. It's black and brown.
I feel like it's a little more. I don't know. I do think it needs to be a little more gum sole color. It's close. So I don't know.
I'm offended.
Black sole is very.
This looks like
very tough for me.
Every other Adidas soccer shoe model that's ever.
I agree.
How do you?
I agree. And I think those are growing on me. It's like a Gazelle and a Samba mixed, right?
Yeah. Not original.
No,
what
the
a lazy.
The Samba trend has been kind of growing on me.
Wow.
I know.
This is just lazy. This is absolutely lazy.
It is lazy. It is 100% lazy. I still think it looks pretty good. All right, next, maybe the biggest, not sneaker moment, but sports highlight of the weekend. Saquon Barkley. Did you see this?
Yeah, but yeah, I did.
Did you see the shoes he was wearing?
Yes, I did.
Very nice. LeBron 4s cleats for the Saquon Barkley. This, I think, head to toe, this Eagles uniform is the best uniform of the NFL this year. It's beautiful.
It is. It's perfect. It's throwback done extremely well. I agree. I've always been like, I've always liked the Cowboys uniforms where they go navy and then those silver pants, the green. It's like it's not totally silver. I like that's one of my favorite uniforms. Not a Cowboys fan, but it's the same reason. Is because it reminds me of the 90s era, right?
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. This is a great look. And that play was insane.
Yeah. I never pulled the trigger, but I always wanted, being from Tennessee and everybody was buying the fake jerseys, I always wanted this jersey in a Reggie White. I mean, that would have been – I still thinking about it. But, yeah, the pants, everything about this uniform – and then, I mean, if you guys didn't see the Saquon Barkley 180 backwards hurdle over this guy, I mean, absolutely incredible. One of the highlights of the year by far. So, yeah, go do that. He did it in a pair of LeBron cleats, like we said. So, there you go. Speaking of LeBron, perfect time to slide this in here, and then we'll move on to Cinnabron shirts. We need more. We need more shirts. I put in 3 new shirts.
Why didn't you put this on there?
Go check out your Christmas shirts for this year.
Listen, why didn't you put this in the store?
This is not. I didn't make this. I would have to create the.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought that was your original.
No, I found this.
Oh wow!
I just laugh every time I see it, so I just keep it on there. But I'm trying to get to one of our new shirts. You can get the Cactus Jack Still Drippin' shirt.
Dude, did you draw this and everything?
So I downloaded the font. This is the actual Cactus Jack font.
Okay.
I did draw the
drip
drop. Yeah, the cactus drop.
It's not bad, Mason. I mean,
appreciate it.
I was pretty surprised when I saw this.
Thanks. I was just looking at other merch of just popular stuff, and I was like, "Oh, Cactus Jack." We're not huge Travis Scott fans, but that is a cool thing. So even if it's not like something that we're huge fans of, if it's a part of the culture, I want to try to dupe it, just like we did with this one. I think Hayes made these into shorts. Is that right? You did some Louis V shorts.
Hey.
Something's going on in Hayes' house, so. Sounds like a coyote killing the cats outside.
No, it's a child.
Oh. Everything okay?
It's a flurry of activity. Hey, stall.
Okay. I'll go through some more of
Make
our.
sure.
Okay.
It sounded like a coyote. I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
So this is our Printify commercial. Go to still-drippin.printify.me to find all your Christmas needs. We'll be flooding the store with Christmas coming soon. We've got 2 wrap tees that feature the Grinch and Jordan Santa Claus. I don't have any way to show you that at the moment. So this is a terrible commercial. But here comes Hayes. And
Sorry. Everything. I think somebody had a bad dream. But
okay.
it sounded like. Remember last week how the sound sounded like this bomb going off, and it was my washing machine.
Yeah.
I had a
Now we
flashback,
got-
but it was just
Okay.
a scared child.
Gotcha. All right. Well, my next PSA was to wear your sneakers. I'm working on a shirt right now for wear your sneakers.
Hey,
It's a guy
cat alert.
walking. Oh, cat alert! Take a shot if you're on the still drinking plan. There we go. Still drinking. There you go.
Is any of us doing that? That's not even a thing anymore.
We're not doing that anymore. This is probably the longest I've not had a drink in 10 years.
So proud of you. Seriously.
I
You're
appreciate
doing a
it.
good job. Me too. I mean, not the longest, but I'm on a long term. Shoot, I've been on 2 or 3 vacations and not done anything. How about that?
All right. I'm gonna
Something I was gonna say.
okay. Well, while you think of that, I'm gonna put a pair of shoes up, and instantly, I think I can tell you what shoe you think of when I put this up.
All right.
You ready to say it on 3? You have it in your head.
Yep. 1,
1, 2, 3. Nigel Sylvester. This is the exact same shoe that we had. This is called the Women's Air Jordan 1 High OG Rare Air Cinnabar.
Cinnabar.
So, yeah,
It's that age like turbo green. Yeah.
Dude, this is dope. This is a dope shoe. You know? I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah, it is.
Love the red Jordan logo. Like if I'm getting real picky, like I feel like that could have been a different color, but this is a dope shoe.
Yeah, I really like it. I hope they come in extended sizes since it's a women's. This is coming out in spring of 2025. The only thing that I would change is the double laces. I'd probably get rid of 1 pair of those laces. But man, this is just a chance to get back those Nigel Sylvesters.
I think you're right. I never got them and I want them.
I know. Yeah, so great pair of shoes. Beautiful pair. I saw this come across today. So, Hayes, next up, I got a couple pairs of trivia for you. A couple slides of trivia for you. One, I pulled this off of a Wikipedia page, and I covered up the guy's name. And I think you'll get it, but I didn't know this guy went to high school in Chattanooga. Is there any hint? Any guesses? It's an NBA player.
You went to high school in Chattanooga?
In Chattanooga, yeah. Do you want to read the? I think you'll get it. I would have gotten it, I believe, based on
Go ahead.
his hometown. So here you go. I'll read it for the listeners. Growing up in Hamilton, he did not make the St. Thomas More Junior team in grade 9, so he played on the school's midget squad. I don't know what that means. I guess it's JV, but this is like legit what he ended up winning team MVP and leading St. Thomas More to the Midget Boys City Championship. Then he attended Sir Allen McNabb Secondary School before heading to Hamilton Heights Christian Academy in Chattanooga in 2015. And he has a quote in there. He averaged 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Any guesses? The biggest hint I'll say is it's weird that he went to Hamilton Heights in Chattanooga, but the growing up in Hamilton is a different Hamilton.
Is it Ohio?
No. So if you're stumped, I'll say it's Hamilton in Canada. Does that help? Once I saw Hamilton, I knew what it was.
Jamal Murray? Adrian
No,
Reyes?
close. Oh,
SGA?
SGA. He went to high
SGA
school in
with the
Chattanooga. In 2015, I did not know that at all.
thing. I didn't know anything about Chattanooga with him. Wow.
Yeah. No, I knew Canada. So that's why I said Hamilton would have made sense. And them calling it midget squad, I kind of figured that was maybe a Canada. I knew it wasn't a USA thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was Canada or Australia. But yeah, thought that was just very interesting tidbit. Also, next up on our new segments is, did you know this was a thing? Did you know?
You've been busy.
This was from last week. So the listeners already know this, but it was for you. So I wanted to keep it on here. Did you know in 1997, Nautica and Warner Bros. Collabed to make a basketball signature sneaker for an athlete? Do you know who it was? Okay, if you're thinking of 1997, he wore them in the All-Star game, and he scored 27 points for the East.
In 97?
In 97.
Not Spreewell.
Nope.
East. He
If
would
I
have been.
give you...
No. Jamal Mashburn?
Nope.
Jamal McGlure?
Nope.
97. Yeah, if you give me a hint, I'll get it easily.
Okay, he wore the jersey number. This is a very specific jersey number. He wore the jersey number 41.
Glenn Rice? Yeah.
Yes, Glenn Rice. Very nice. Did you know this shoe was a thing?
I can see this shoe in my brain, but I couldn't paint it with Glenn Rice. I knew Glenn. Yeah. I knew it was a random shoe. But
Nautica Sports and Warner Brothers. What a weird I don't understand why this happened.
Does that not look
thing-
like it weighs 20 pounds?
Oh yeah. Yeah, chunky soul, man. Chunky. The only thing Warner Brothers I can think of is like Space Jam during that time. But yeah, just crazy. I saw that and I just thought that was
nice try,
extremely crazy.
Nice try.
Yeah, nice try. Oh, here we go. Some more news in the NBA. Third annual Kith Night is going to be this Friday at Madison Square Garden. If you're on the YouTube, you can see all the Kith gear that they're wearing. They're wearing the Kith Air Force Ones. And it looks like, I don't know what these shirts are. They almost look like a bomber jacket, but it has a collar on it with the Kith on the collar.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. It's cool. I mean,
I like the black and blue ones better than the Python ones, but yeah,
it's
I don't
dope.
think I'm in the target market. All right, so let's see what's next. Oh, okay, we've got a pair of signature shoes here, and it's one we've reviewed before. But I thought this was an interesting detail that we did not catch the first time. But the Curry Flow Fox 1, the strap is made to look like a foxtail. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is a cool detail.
Little nugget there. So, what do they call those? A little nugget, but a little, Easter egg. Yes, that's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. That makes the shoe about 1% cooler.
Yeah. It's not a horrible shoe.
It's not terrible. I'm not a huge fan of the strap, but I do like it being the foxtail.
If it doesn't have a strap, though, it's just a Curry. So it's probably
yeah, that's fair.
That's probably what happened there. What are we gonna do?
If it doesn't have the strap, though, it's probably the best Curry.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't hate this colorway either. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I don't understand the blue.
The blue is nice.
It is cool. It's a cool color.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I would be fine if Curry and Under Armour sent those to me. I'd wear them.
Yeah,
to hoop in. All right, we've seen these on NBA Media Day, but Donovan Mitchell is getting a Haribo.
A what?
Gummy bear.
Oh.
collab. So he wore the blue or the one white one and one red one on NBA Media Days. I know I had to blow this picture up, so it's very pixelated, but it looks like I tried to Photoshop the Haribo Dawn issue 6 on there. And it doesn't look good.
Cool
But anyways.
packaging, cool idea.
Yep.
Horrible shoe to begin with. It's not a good shoe.
No.
And yeah, I'm assuming he's a Haribo gummy bear guy.
I would assume so, right? The only thing that we would say before moving on is, hey, if you ever see these out in the wild, let us know, because we never have.
I would agree.
Nobody's ever seen a Donovan Mitchell out in the wild.
Ever one time. Who's wearing them? How is he a signature athlete? Don't have a clue.
Hey, we talked about this next pair of shoes last week, but I wanted you to be able to gush over them a little bit. So here's the Union one of our favorite shoes. So beautiful, beautiful execution, beautiful design.
Two of our favorites and put them in one, and it works. Beautiful, glorious, impossible.
Right.
When they come up, hopefully I'm on that hill, on the top of that hill in Alabama where I got the first ones. And I'll try to do that again.
Well, hey, this next pair is going to be added to our Hall of Shame, along with the skin. This is the perfect pair of shoes to go with your skin pants if you're a clog type person. Did you see these coming across?
Oh, man.
We are looking at a clog that looks like a disgusting big toe. Just two giant big toes. Somebody said they were referencing Spy Kids, the thumb people. Not too familiar. Not a big movie guy. But this is very disgusting. Oh, right along with the skin pants, man. Oh.
Who made these?
I have no idea.
Y'all, it's a big thumb. It's a big toe. That's a whole shoe.
Big toe. Yep.
And it's got detail.
Yeah. It's disgusting. The movie, I don't even like to look at them.
It's gotta be
I'm going to move on.
It's gotta be like it's a joke. It's a meme. It's a
bit of a joke, yeah.
All
right. Well, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sneaker sommeliers, where each step is savored and every soul scent tells a story. And Hayes, I've covered up the logo on this next pair. I want you to somm them, and I want you to tell me if you would wear these to play basketball in. You're not a low top guy. I understand that, but what do you think about these?
Oh, man, where to start here? So what we're looking at. It has a Team Jordan element to it, and the bad eras of Team Jordans. It's got some Tatum, like some of the Tatum shoes, with this big eye, which reminds me of something, that big eye looking thing. Is this Trae Young's?
Nope.
No.
But it does look like a Trae Young. It also has like a bit of, and I already did this last week with Dan, but a bit of airport carpet.
Yeah, it does.
Element to it.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned Jordans, you've mentioned Adidas Trae Youngs. Any other guesses?
Adidas? I mean, is it going to be Adidas RBX?
Would you, if you were given these for free, would you wear them?
No, I'm not going to wear these.
Okay. Thought I was going to catch you. I don't think these are bad. They don't look very breathable, but I don't think these are a bad shoe, except for the pillow that your heel sits on. It's pretty fat. Yeah.
This looks like a Shoe Carnival special.
$59.99. Now you're close.
Shaq.
This is a decent Shaq shoe.
It's a decent. I know it was dog the crap out of it. Dog beat it. But hey, listen. It's not horrible for a
You
Shaq.
could do worse. You could do worse for a
Isn't that
Shaq.
so pathetic? Like you just told me who it is, and immediately I changed my tune.
Yeah, because the
Because
bar
my
is low.
expectation, the bar. I mean, that's
Right.
maybe it's just the bar.
Yeah, the bar is low for Shaqs, especially there. We should kind of delineate. There's two different types of Shaqs. There's the regular, like this, like decent, budget basketball
Yeah.
shoe. And then there's the fake Jordan Shaqs, and those are the funny ones.
Yeah, that's where
Those
it
are
gets-
the
that's where it
any of the fake Air Max, Jordans, any of those that are Shaq. Those are where you get to rolling on the ground.
yeah.
But I do have another sneaker sommelier. We've got a New Balance Fresh Foam BBV3. It's a basketball shoe. And I wanted you to somm this for us.
I can't believe we're gonna have two Reebok. It looks like the answer. Remember the answer, the question, the one that came. It had this little side panel that came up. I can't remember which one it was. Cat going crazy. Do you hear that, cat?
Yeah, I do. Let's take another shot if you're with us on the still drinking pod.
I got some of that going on. It's got a Curry feel to it. Also, this flight plate underneath. Do you remember the Jason Kidd? There was a 90s model Jason Kidd. Man, this cat is going.
He's going nuts.
There's a 90s Jason Kidd shoe that the plate thing reminds me.
Yeah.
It's like that Shaq. It's not horrible, I don't think.
Really? I think these are horrible. I think these are pretty dang horrible. This first colorway, first off, looks like a Valentine's colorway. Then you've got the LaMelo puke green, like flush the puke down the toilet colorway, and then just an all black colorway. I think
Whose are these? Who's wearing these?
This is just their new. So I think it's any of their signatures or any of their athletes. I don't know exactly who's wearing these. If I had to guess, it's probably Cameron Brink. This looks like a female basketball shoe, but it's not specifically marketed to females.
Okay.
To me, I'm feeling there's like some element on the upper, the plastic part looks like an off-brand Air Max, like 2014, or maybe like a Tailwind. I think I'm getting Tailwind vibes. I don't understand the dots all over it.
Is it supposed to be breathable? Maybe those are like
maybe, but it's on the sole too, so it's like doesn't. Oh, you're talking about those lines? Yeah. No, I mean like on the midsole and the sole that it's like textured. I don't think that looks good. I think the sole looks too fat. I get some Iverson on the very heel of it. That's where I'm getting the Iverson. The plate as well. I don't know what the plate reminds me of. Kind of looks. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
It's mid 90s Nike. Is that plate?
Yeah. Yes. That's spot on. But overall, I mean, this looks like if it's on brand for New Balance. This looks like a dad basketball shoe, a dad shoe mixed with a basketball shoe, and I think it looks completely horrible. So sour way to end the pod. Me just going completely downhill. I'd wear those Shack Rack lows way before I wore these New Balance. Yeah, for sure.
That one
for sure. Especially these colorways. I'm not touching on these colorways. These are garbage. So your resident New Balance hater never disappoints. I've only shown you these and what I call the other worst New Balance silhouette today. So apologies if you're a New Balance apologist. But hey, man, that's all the sneaker news we've got. We've talked politics. We talked plumbing. We talked patience. We've talked plenty of sneakers. Is there anything left with the last 5 minutes of this hour, Hayes?
I mean, the only thing that I want to come back to is, I think it sounds so cliche at this point, but I just can't shake it. And that is, if you think for 1 minute that it really, really matters in your life, who is in the White House, I got news for you. It doesn't. And the creator of the universe is looking for you and wants a relationship with you. And Jesus is the Son of God. And you can just trust in that, and it's never going to lead you astray. And I do not think Donald Trump is the savior. I do not think Donald Trump is God. I do not think your trust should be in any man. I don't think you should look up to any celebrity or politician either. I think their role is just to make decisions that are going to impact you and me the best possible. And that's it. And rest assured that God is in control, and it doesn't matter the last 4 years or the previous 4 years or whatever it is. And he's got it under control. And, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything with prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, submit your request to God. And the
Amen.
peace of God, which transcends understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus.
Beautiful.
I can't remember what verse that is even. I haven't memorized.
Very nice. By the way, you're probably getting a little feedback if you're on the podcast. Apologies for that. Hayes' headphones weren't working, so we called an audible, just like we do almost every week. Audibles are in our normal vocabulary. They happen a lot because
life happens and you don't
life
have any
happens.
say so in a lot of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're getting paid as much as you get paid to listen to this. So actually probably less.
Costs us time.
Yeah, so yeah, there we go. And any just off the top of your head, is there any people that you would like to have on in the future to give flowers to? I feel like we need to give out some flowers soon. We kind of ended this on a bad sneakers note, had a little preaching. We need some uplifting. Any more than sneakers moments or people you want to shout out to get on the pod?
Man. Garrison Matthews.
Oh, okay.
I would like to get Garrison Matthews on the pod.
Probably going to be tough since he's in season, but maybe not. Maybe not. They do podcasts in season.
I don't know. Well, it's NBA season, and he just popped in my head. I feel like there was another one recently I've thought about, that Jelly Roll. I'm gonna speak that one into existence. Jelly Roll.
Okay.
And Brandon.
So,
Miller.
did you see Jelly Roll's story the other day? He was he just bought 500 acres.
No.
Go back and watch, if that video's on there. Go back and watch that video. He talks about his uncle, his dad's brother, that has 500 acres, had a farm, and he would go to it growing up. And literally the day before he was talking about that, I was on the farm that he was talking about of his uncle.
Crap.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? His cousin is in our small group at church. And so they invited us out to her grandfather's farm. And then day or two after, she sent us a video and was like, hey, the farm that Jelly Roll's talking about is the one that we went to. He had 500 acres out in Spring Hill. It's like Bethesda, Spring Hill area.
Okay, I know where that is.
It's actually, they just sold 200 acres to the PGA because they're building that new golf course out there. That's like part of their farm is like that golf course. Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. So
Jelly
maybe
Roll, Brandon Wright, Garrison Matthews,
Brandon Miller.
and Brandon Miller.
Those are your four. All right. You're repping the hometown.
Hometown.
All right. I want to get, and we've talked about him before, but the guy who started Red Spur. Have you been shopping on Red Spur
No,
for
no,
your Panama Slim?
I haven't.
Yeah, we need to get that guy on. I've looked on there a couple times, but need to get him on. He's there. It's a secondary Western wear marketplace. So his name's
Which
Jacob
sounds
Brown.
right up my
He
alley.
was the first person when I moved to high school. We moved cities, so from Nashville to Brentwood, cities, not really, but moved high schools. He was the first one that I made a new friend of, if that makes sense. So he's the first one. So I would like to give him his flowers for that. He probably has no idea that is still something that I think about.
That's sweet.
I know. So yeah, there you have it. Trying to give flowers out today. And with that, I think we're good. Hayes, do you want to wrap, or should we let T-Pain close us out?
No, you know what? I got something better.
Oh, you got something better. Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed? That's why. Don't let me go the whole
I'm going. You got to go. Commit to the bit.
Whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, it proves through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home and the brave.
See you next week. Peace.